Hey, what's up, family? This is Tim talking about Beat Cancer Then Ride. Telling about my story, what's going on with me, how it went down with me, how it's going down with me, what's going on as far as my chemo is concerned, how fast it happened, the whole nine. I've been getting a lot of people asking me, well, hey, when did you find out? You feel different. How you feeling now, or what's going on? It all happened pretty quick for me. So in a nutshell, and I try not to be too long, but again, this is my page, Beat Cancer Then Ride, and I'm just trying to let people know what's going on with me, what's going on with me, how I feel, how it all went down. It all happened in a matter of about 3 weeks from me actually finding out that I had cancer to going into surgery to getting a partial colectomy. Which they took out the right side of my colon. So from the beginning, as you know, I own a landscaping business. So I was feeling pretty sluggish most of the summer. So I was thinking that, hey, maybe something's wrong. Maybe I need to change my diet or change, drop some pounds, drop some weight, or something to that effect. So it started to get pretty bad. So I had to go to the doctor, and Keisha advised me, hey, when you get your sign-in sheet or your sign-in paper, whatever, she said to say everything that is going on with you so that you understand, or so the doctor, so they can find out what's going on. So when the doctor read my notes, he said, hey, we either need to send you to a cardiologist or hematologist to find out what's going on, but first we need to do some blood work. And I said, well, you keep sending me to get blood work and nothing's wrong, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no low blood, anything like that. So he said I did. So he looked at my chart and from April, and it said, which I had blood work done in April, and he asked me, he said, hey, do you eat ice? And I said, do, every day. So then he asked me, do you eat clay? And which I had never heard of that before, and I was like, no. So he started laughing, I guess my facial expression. So he said, well, a lot of people that have pica, they eat stuff or they crave stuff that has no nutritional value to what they're eating or whatever. So I was telling him, well, no, I don't. That's not me. Well, I didn't eat clay or whatever. So he said, we're going to send you to get some blood work. So he sent me to get blood. This was on a Thursday. So he sent in the beginning of September. So he sent me to get blood work, and they were calling me the next morning, Friday morning, about 6:45, and they said, hey, we need you to go to the doctor to get to get a blood transfusion. So I ended up staying in the hospital for the weekend. My hemoglobin was down to a 5, which a low hemoglobin is like a 13. So I ended up getting 3 pints of, 3 units of blood. And then they said that, and I'm going to kind of fast track. They said, well, we need to find out where this blood is going. So they did a colonoscopy. They found a mass. It was about the size of a lemon, which is what they took out of me during the partial colectomy. That's the size of it. So once they took that out, I'm sorry, let me back up. So they did a biopsy from the colonoscopy. And then they said we need to do a CT scan on you. So we did the CT scan, and then once they did the CT scan, they said, okay, well, we need to schedule for surgery, because they saw that the cancer was there. And so once we did, so after that, I was scheduled for the surgery. So I went in on surgery on the 29th, which was a Thursday, and I was supposed to have been done with surgery. I was supposed to have been out of the hospital by Saturday or Sunday, but I ended up getting an infection, which was why I had the wick in my stomach up until this past Thursday. So that being said, all this happened in roughly about 3 weeks or so. And again, this is my story. This is how it went down with me. So my thing is, had I not been feeling really fatigued or whatever, I probably wouldn't have went to the doctor or found out, because they say that colon cancer really doesn't give you a warning. It kind of just shows up or whatever. So my thing is, oh, and I have a lot of a long history of cancer in my family. You know, from not my siblings, but my father's siblings, and my grandfather had colon cancer and stuff. So so what they're trying to, so what they said was I really should have been getting checked when I really should have been. I'm 43, so my dad was in his 40s, so I really should have started getting checked when I was in my 30s. So my boys should start getting checked when they're in their 30s. So that's what I'm dealing with. It's time to go. Okay. So I'm out here at the lake, but the gentleman's about to shut it down here. So I'm just gonna continue this in my truck. So okay, so I'm in my truck now. I was at the lake, but what I was saying was that because my father was my dad was in his 40s, I should have started getting checked in my 30s because of the long history of cancer in my family. Typically, you normally don't, if there's no history of cancer being in your family, you really don't have to start getting checked until like you're 50 or whatever, you know, the colonoscopy deal. But because I've had in my family, again, my dad was in his 40s, so I should have been started to getting checked in my 30s. So now where I'm at is I have to have I think which I said in one of my other videos, I have to have a port put in my chest on this coming Wednesday, and then next Monday, which is October 31st, I'll start chemo. And I just want to say that chemo is the decision that I've decided, or the route that I've decided to go, because I've been getting, you know, having people, you know, sending me messages and chime in, you know, which I appreciate all the messages, but they've been saying that, hey, there's other ways to go about this, and you know, you really should research it. You know, chemo does work. You know, there's alternative methods. You know, there's, you know, some people that just totally don't do it, and because all this happened, you know, so fast, and you know, I think we really need to be wise as far as what we need to do when you have people telling you, you know, or you have people that went to school for certain things, doctors, saying that, hey, we recommend that you do chemo and stuff like that. To each his own, but this is the route that I'm going. So I just wanted to put that out there. You know, I do appreciate it or whatever. Again, I guess I have become an advocate for, you know, colon cancer, and my thing is, you know, get checked. If you know you have a history of cancer in your family, get checked. I mean, you know, I can't say it, you know, any more clearly than that, or any more simpler than that. I should have been getting checked a little earlier, and I will say, because this is my mind, you know, how I feel or whatever. I think that I have probably getting cancer and knowing that there's been so many people with cancer in my family, this has been one of the things that's been the scariest for me. Or, you know, I've just been scared that, you know, this could happen to me, you know, which it happened, and it happens to a lot of people every day. But you know, that doesn't make it, you know, just because you're scared of something, you know, something may be prevalent, or you may be having signs of some type or whatever, you know, it's best to go ahead and find it now so that we could be here later, versus, you know, putting it off, you know, being scared, not wanting to hear, because we do know, like, a lot of people that put it off, and you know, it really could have been prevented earlier, you know, had you, you know, heeded the signs, if there were any. And you know, just, you know, we just really need to get checked. So again, this is just my update. I go in on today's Monday. I go in on Wednesday to have my port done. The doctor called me and let me know that my iron was really low, so I do have to go in on Thursday to have them, I don't know if it's a transfusion or what, but as far as like iron, so I have to get like they said to take a couple hours, so I have to get iron put in, and then on the 31st I start my chemo. Now, I appreciate everyone that's following me, that's looking at the videos. Please go, if you're not already following Beat Cancer Then Ride, my new Facebook page. There's also a link for the GoFundMe account on the page as well. Like it, share it, tell friends about it. We really appreciate it, because again, we're just regular folks that we weren't anticipating something like this happening, but because of the course of what I'm having to do, I'm not able to work right now. So anything's a blessing. We appreciate you guys. See you soon. Beat cancer, then ride.